Hey everybody, it's Liz and Kayla.
Hi.
And we're back to share with you a quick tutorial on how to create these little favor boxes that we created using our April kit from Discount Paper Crafts. If you guys saw our last video, we created, these little favor boxes as well as some cards and a tag. And we just love the way that these little favor boxes came out, and we thought it would be a great way to show you how to make them. They're very, very easy, very simple, and they're a great way to give a little gift. This one's filled with chocolate, little truffles in there. You can put little crafty goodies, whatever you like. It's just a cute little way to give a gift, and you can coordinate it, of course, to match with the card that you're going to give that person. So I'm just going to share with you real quick how to make these. And of course, the papers we used are from the Kaisercraft paper pad here called Telegraph Road, and this is the paper pad that comes with the April kit. I'm going to put the links below to Kathy's shop and the kit if you guys want to go get your hands on it. It's a beautiful kit, very well put together, and it's got some absolutely wonderful elements. You can create some amazing cards with this kit. So without further ado, let me share with you how to create these little favor boxes. Alright.
Of course you're going to need a scoreboard.
Of course. And what you're going to need is a couple of different size papers, and we'll go over it in just a second. You're going to need one piece of cardstock that measures 7.5 by 7.5. Now this one, as you can see, I already have the score lines on here because this is my second or third time actually attempting to do this video. It keeps getting cut off on me, so forgive me for that. But yeah, you're going to need a cardstock of 7.5 by 7.5 square, okay? And then you're going to need a piece of pattern paper that is going to be 6 1/8 by 6 1/8 square, okay? Then you need a second piece of pattern paper, a little bit smaller. These are for the top, the lid of the box, and this is going to be 5 1/8 by 5 1/8. You're also going to need 2 strips. These are going to be adhered to the cardstock base of the box, and these strips measure 4 1/4 across by 2 inches. So you need 2 strips that measure the exact same, and then you need 2 strips that are 3.5 by 2. So 3.5 by 2, okay?
That's what you're going to need.
So that's what you need, and let's get started. So now, you are going to score your base of the box. This is the base of the box, the cardstock base, at 2 inches. And it's 2 inches on each side. And like I said, this is already pre-scored because I had attempted to do the video earlier and it cut off. So at 2 inches, 2 inches, then you turn it around, you're going to do 2 inches. So 2 inches on each side. Okay, that's going to be the base of the box. The larger piece of pattern paper, you're going to want to score that at 1 1/4. Okay, and you're going to do that on all 4 sides just like you did the cardstock base. So again, that's 1 1/4. Score it on all sides. That one was already scored. I'm just kind of going through the motions here. Sometimes you never know when you have someone new to scrapping, so I just want to make sure that I covered all the details. So 1 1/4, and that's on all 4 sides. Now I do like to pre-fold the folds, or the lines, because it makes it easier to put the box together when you're ready to do so. So make sure you pre-fold all the lines. This last one, Kayla's going to demonstrate how to score, in case you already know, but I'm sure most of you do. This smaller piece of pattern paper, the one that's 5 1/8 by 5 1/8, you're going to score that at 3/4, okay, on each of the 4 sides. So go ahead, baby, and show them how to do that.
3/4 is right here, right before that blue line next to the 1. So we're just going to do that on all 4 sides.
Remember not to be too rough because it is pattern paper. You don't want to rip it.
Oh. Why does it keep doing this?
Well, sometimes, baby, you have to hold it in place. Yeah, sometimes, it comes off the little groove, but if you go slowly, you can do this. So it's 3/4.
I can't really see
You can't see it? Okay, I'll finish it. So 3/4 on each side. Three-quarters. And again, just go ahead and pre-fold, on the lines, on the score lines here. Makes it easier to put it together in the end, okay? So you've got those 3 pieces that you've scored. And so now what you're going to do, let's see, we don't need this anymore.
By the way, this part is optional.
Here, put this down at the bottom. Okay. So now we are going to go ahead and start putting everything together. Let's see. So this is going to be our base. And what you want to do for the base, we want to cut right here on the side, and you're going to cut right on the score line. Okay? But you want to go all the way to the score line up here. Okay? Hope I'm making sense. And of course, you know, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to create little favor boxes. These are just some that worked for us. The dimensions, you know, worked for what we were trying to create. So, we're not inventing anything new. We're just showing you an easy way to put together a little favor box. Okay, and again, you're going to do that on this side as well. And make sure you come all the way to the fold here, or the score line, I should say. Okay. So that is for the base. This is the cardstock. This is what it should look like. Okay. Now this other piece, I like to have everything ready before I start assembling. This is the larger piece of pattern paper. What I like to do with this, we created a scallop edge. See here? That's how we're going to create that. And you can use any punch that you like. We used this one here by EK Success. And all we do is you're just going to punch along the edges. Now I always like to start from the back just so I can see, you know, where I'm punching. But, you know, whatever works for you guys, that's all you really need to do. And then I love these punches because they have this little guide here, and it helps you, you know, when you're punching, so you can have a nice straight line. So go ahead and just punch along all of the edges. Now the dimensions that I gave you for this piece were 6 1/8, and that's what worked for our punch. Some punches are different, of course. So you might have to adjust that because of this, how much it cuts into the pattern paper. This is about a 1/4 inch strip. So that's why we had to adjust the dimensions to work for our particular box. So you may have to do that. It just depends on what punch you used. Okay. I think typically most of them have that much, you know, that comes off when you start punching. So 6 1/8 should work for almost every punch, I think. Alright. So what you're going to do is you're just going to punch all of the edges, or all the sides, I should say. Go ahead. Probably go by faster that way, huh? When you have two hands. Hold on, not just yet. Let me line it up really good. There you go. And let me move this a little bit so we could be in frame. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know if we were in frame. But this part's, you know, pretty simple. You're just punching. Good job, monkey. Call my baby monkey. Alright, again, I just like to start from the back. You don't have to. You do what, you know, works for you. Alright, go ahead and get this in here. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you when to go. Okay, go ahead. Good job. Hold on. There you go. Alright.
It's loud.
It is loud. Alright, we have one more side left to punch. And this part here, of course, it is optional. You do not have to use it, a punch, but I like the little detail that it creates, you know, the little scallop edge. It's cute, and I think it just adds a great little detail to the box. So, go ahead. But it's all up to you, and again, you can use whatever punch you like. Go ahead. Okay, I think we're all done there. And don't worry if you mess up on the edges. That's going to get cut off, so don't worry about that. Not one bit. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Once you punch all of the edges, then you're going to go ahead and make some cuts in here as well for your flaps to create the lid of the box. Okay, so again, you want to cut right here on the line and go all the way up to the other fold line, the one that goes right across. You want to do that on both sides. Okay, do that on this side as well. Alright, now for this particular piece, you are going to cut these flaps at an angle. So we're going to go, just take your scissors and, you know, just kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want to cut that part off. They just at a little angle, okay? There you go. Alright, one more. Alright, there we go. So that's what it should look like, okay? Now your last piece here, you don't have to do any punching on this one. So this one, all you have to do is just make sure you cut on the line, straight at the fold line. This is going to be on top of that punched base. So what you're going to do here, we want a nice, you know, firm fit. We're going to take your scissors, bless you honey, and just cut like a little V right in here. Okay, you see that? Just a little V, that's all. Bless you. This way it's much easier to put together and the flaps aren't going to show once you do put the lid on the box, okay? So it just makes it easier. So just cut a little V on there.
I really like making these cute little boxes.
I know, we made a lot, huh? We made a lot of little boxes. They're very easy to make, so.
You could probably give them as party favors or something.
Yeah, exactly. You can do them as party favors.
A little gift to someone.
So there you go. So that's what it should look like. Cut all the little flaps at a V, okay? Alright, so now we're done with that. So now let's start putting our box together. We're going to start off with the cardstock base, okay? And what you want to do is you want to use the heavy duty tape. We used sticky tape. This red sticky tape. Score tape works well as well. And don't need it on there, baby girl. But let's go ahead and put it together. Now basically the box is going to go like this. So you want to put the tape on the edges that are going to be, you know, facing the inside. So I usually just turn it upside down. Alright, and we're going to use a piece of tape on each of those little flaps. And you can use as much tape as you like. For the sake of the video, I'm just using one strip in the middle so that I can, you know, put together the box real quick. But I know if you want to put them like on the edges, that's good too.
It'll keep it stuck together.
Just as long as you're using a heavy duty tape. That's really what matters. You don't want your box falling apart on you. So that's really the key, is just make sure that you use a heavy duty tape. Score tape, like I said, is another great option. Okay, so you want to start off with one side of the card first. The box. Go ahead and take the little strips off, and you're going to turn it back around. And all you're going to do is you're going to bring these flaps in, like so, and then bring that last flap up. Go ahead, baby. And there you go. And of course, you don't need 3 hands to do this, but it's great to have an assistant like little Kayla here to help me out. It makes things much easier. Alright, and again, you're going to do that on the other side. Kayla is a wonderful assistant. Alright, so go ahead, baby girl. And there you go. Okay, so now you have the base of the box, okay? You've got that. Now we're going to go ahead and put our papers on the base here. This is where those strips come in. Remember those strips that I showed you? Okay, what we're going to do is you're going to take the larger strip, which is 4 1/4 by 2 inches. And I have already added the tape to the back, okay? What I did is basically what you're going to do is you're going to take the strip like this. You're going to put it on your box, and I kind of just fold it over the edges, okay? The less seams you have, the better. At least that's how I feel. You don't have to do it this way, but it could have been 3 1/2 by 2. But I kind of like it without the seams. Okay, so then just go ahead and take off
the
tape, the little liners on the tape. This one doesn't want to come off. I just cut my nails recently, so now I can't do anything.
This tape gets stuck to you.
It does. The static. Okay.
It doesn't like to come off.
So you just go ahead and adhere that on there. And you have to remember, once you put it on, that's it. So I guess kind of be careful when you do it.
Yep.
Because it is a super strong tape.
that cannot peel off or else it'll rip very badly.
Okay, now that one's a little crooked, but it's okay. You guys get the gist of it. Okay, so you adhere that on there, and then you're going to do the opposite side. So you got this side, you're going to do this side next. Again, with that same size paper, 4 1/4 by 2. And just go ahead and we're going to do the same thing. See, I had attempted to make this tutorial right alongside the video that I did for the April card kit, but it did not work out so good, did it?
We ran out of time.
We ran out of time,
Real
so
quick.
we figured we'd do a separate video just for the little box. Okay.
And separate video turned out to be much better.
Yeah, it makes it easier. That way I'm not in a hurry, you know, trying to rush through it. So, there you go. So now, you have both sides. Okay. So now you're going to take the smaller strips, the 3 1/2 by 2 strips, and we're going to basically attach them to the other sides here. And so see, this way you don't have a seam, you know? It's pretty cool. And again, I already have score tape, or in this case, red sticky tape on the back of that.
I like the red sticky tape.
Okay, and I want to adhere it to my box. See, there you go. Now you're going to do the other side as well. What, baby?
It won't get off.
It won't get off you. Likes you too much. Alright, let me do that. You can go ahead and start throwing those little pieces away, honey, so they don't get stuck to all our stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
And our scraps.
Yeah, you can start throwing that away. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so now you've got the base of the box and you've got the pattern paper on there. You can cover the bottom of the box if you wish. We didn't in this case, but you can, definitely. And even the inside, you can take it as far as doing that as well. In our case, we filled it with shredded paper, so we didn't feel the need to, you know, line the inside of the box with any pattern paper or anything like that. So that's the base. Now we're moving on to the lid of the box, okay? You're going to start off with the larger piece, the piece that you punched the edges. And again, we're going to go ahead and put this together by basically just bringing in the little flaps in like so, and then bringing the larger flap in. So you want to go ahead and add score tape to all of the edges.
Or your red sticky tape.
Yeah, in this case, I'm going to use the score tape just because it's a smaller surface, and I don't have a smaller red sticky tape. So I'm going to use the little score tape that I have. And we just need small pieces. You want to go ahead and add them to the little edges here.
We don't want to use our red sticky tape because it's a little too wide, so it's going to come off of the little flap.
And it takes forever to cut into, so it's better to have, that's why it's cool to have different size tapes, you know, and the score tape comes in different widths, and so does the red sticky tape. Okay, so you have that. Whoopsie.
And you have to do it on the sides too, that way it sticks onto that.
Yeah, so see, the flaps are going to go in like this, right? But you want to put, you don't need tape all the way across because the tape is going to hold it enough, and we're going to put another base on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. Okay, and we're going to put our first, you want to help me out with this one?
Sure.
Sorry if I wasn't in frame. But just bring in the little flaps in. Go ahead. There we go. So now we have one side that's finished. Now we're going to move on to the next. Okay, Kayla, you want to help me with this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, go ahead. Alright, same thing. So now you have the lid. This is going to go right on top of the box, okay? Now you can leave it that way if you'd like. We wanted to add another piece on top of that just for more interest. So now what you want to do, this is the piece that's going to go on top of that lid. This is how it's going to go. You want to go ahead and add tape to all of the edges so that way when you put it together, everything is nicely adhered on there. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my tape to all of the little flaps here. See, it would be a lot quicker if I had all of the tape already adhered on there, but I wanted to show you the sizes and I wanted to show you all the different score lines and the cuts before I added all the tape. So that's probably the longest part, is having to add all the, the tape on there.
And taking it off.
Yeah, that's what takes the longest. But like I said, once you do one, they're really, really easy. Everything else just falls into place. It's really easy to put together. Alright, so couple more and we'll be set. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now you just go ahead, and I use this to put it together right in the middle. It makes it much easier than having to try to put the lid on, once you're done with it. So just go ahead and do one side at a time. Take off the sticky tape.
One side kind of easier.
Yeah. Well, in this case, because you have to bring in 2 flaps from, both sides, sometimes I take that side as well. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to start off with the smaller flaps. And make sure it's right in the center. There we go. Alright, so this is going to come up like this. Oh, you know what? We need to take that off. Let's do this one first. You know what? Let's do this. Let's make it easier. How about we take this off, all of them? That will make it easier, right?
Oh,
sorry about that. Exactly. That way we don't have to do it for all of them. Alright, so now let's put this together. This is going to go up like so. And that is going to go. Here, move your hands, baby, so you're not blocking. Everybody can see what we're doing. You can put all the little flaps in first. Okay, and then you just bring in the larger flap, like so. There we go.
One more side.
And one more side, and we're all set. And then just go ahead and make sure it's adhered on all sides, using your fingers or whatever. So there we go.
And there's your little box.
And that's the lid. This part got messed up a little bit, but it's okay. You guys get the drift, I'm sure. Okay, so this is the lid, and it's just going to go right on top of the base. Sometimes you have to mess with it a little. That little corner got messed up, so.
Sorry about that.
Alright, so there you go. That is how to make the little favor boxes. Very easy. Once you have this box, you can decorate it anywhere you like. You can add trims. You can add little die cuts like we did. See? We added little die cut pieces on top. This one we had a braided trim along the sides. So whatever you like to do to create the boxes. So they're super easy to make, you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys will give them a try. Like I said, this one kind of, oh, there we go. Now I got it. So you just kind of have to mess with it, but it's perfect. And then you can add a little shredded paper, whatever you like inside. Cute little favor box. So that is it for today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely go get your hands on this kit. It's a beautiful, beautiful kit, you guys. And like I said, the links are down below to Kathy's shop and the kit itself. So thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all real soon. Bye-bye.